Okay, Kenny. Today we're going to talk about simplifying fractions. Do you know what the greatest common factor is?
The thing that makes these numbers smaller.
No. Almost. It's the biggest number that can go into both the top number, which is called your what?
Numerator.
Yes. And your bottom number, which is called your?
Denominator.
Right. So the greatest common factor is the biggest number that can go into the numerator and denominator evenly without having any leftovers. Okay? So we are going to simplify the fractions, meaning we're going to make them smaller. They're going to be equal to this, but it's going to be smaller numbers using the greatest common factor. And then I'm also going to show you that you don't always have to use the biggest number, because what if sometimes you look at it and you don't know what the biggest number is? You're not sure what the biggest number is. But I know that it's divisible by 2 because they're even numbers, so I know I can use 2. Or if I use my divisibility rules, I know that both of these numbers end in 0, so I can also use what?
You can also use 10.
Yes. So, but 10 isn't the greatest common factor. So can you still use 10? We're going to find out. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, do you know what the greatest common factor of 60 and 210 is?
30.
30. Okay, go ahead. You try and figure that out. So 30 can go into 60 how many times?
Twice.
Okay. Now 30 can go into 210 how many times?
7 times.
7 times. Okay, can that get any smaller? Is
No.
there any number that can go into 2 and 7 equally?
No.
No.
Except for 1.
Except for 1,
But
right.
you can't use that.
Right, because then you just end up with 2 sevens
same
again.
thing.
Right, perfect. So, this is as small as we're going to get, okay? But let's just say you looked at this problem and you weren't sure. You didn't know what the biggest number was. But you knew that because 60 and 210 ended in 0, if you use your divisibility rules, give me a number that can go into both of these.
5.
5, okay? Let's try that one. So, how many times can 5 go into 60?
12 times.
Yes. Okay, so you write that down right here. How many times can 5 go into 210?
45 times. 52 times.
No.
Yeah, 42 times.
Yes. Okay, there you go. So write down 42.
I just realized that.
Write down 42. Okay. So, is there any numbers that can go into both 12 and 42 evenly?
6.
6, okay? So how many times can 6 go into 12?
2 times.
Okay, write it down. How many times can 6 go into 42?
7 times.
Okay, so you see how that is the same thing? You end up in the same place, right? So you can use the greatest common factor and it's easier because you skip a step, right? But if you're not sure, if you have to use the greatest common factor, you can use another number. And if you just keep cutting it down, if you just keep reducing it, eventually you get to the same answer. Okay, so you try this one.
1/3.
Good job. Okay, what's another number? Can you think of another number? What number did you use up here?
10.
Okay, can you think of another number?
2.
2? Okay, try 2. Okay, good job. Can you think of another number that can go into both 5 and 15 evenly?
3.
3?
Wait.
Yep. Well, almost. 3 can go into 15. How many times?
5 times.
How many times can 3 go into 5?
Evenly? Once.
Well, it can go into 5 once, and then how many do you have left over?
2.
If you have 5, and you can fit 3 in there, you get 2 left over. So we can't have any leftovers, right? So, what? Give me another number.
5.
5. Okay. 5 can go into 5 how many times?
Once.
Once. Okay, write that over here. And 5 can go into 15 how many times?
3 times.
3 times. Does that match that?
Yeah.
There you go. You did it.